All right, what's up, metas? It is a news heavy day. This is gonna be our third video we're making today on what's coming to Once Human. We got some more news on top of news on top of news on top of news. This is pretty interesting. So they've already told us that there's not going to be a new map until October. So we now know that the next server wipe is going to be the same map. So that much is established, right? But what is going to entice us to keep playing? Well, here's some news pertaining to that. It says, in the upcoming season, we are releasing a new scenario with higher difficulty. The scenario will include 2 combat environments, with each new environment containing different cradle override combinations, super anomaly types, exclusive blueprints, and calibration blueprints. There are also 2 combat difficulty levels for this scenario, normal and hard. On hard difficulty, deviants, dungeons, and other challenges will be tougher, but also yield more rewards. You may choose whichever combat difficulty level you prefer. When the season enters its settlement phase, your seasonal territory and your vehicle's mobile territory will automatically be saved as house blueprints for use in the new season. So, from what this sounds like, and I know there are a lot of people out there that were sort of upset. Again, if you played the betas early on, you'll know that the game used to be a lot, and I mean a lot harder. I mean, the first beta I played, it was tough. It was very tough, right? And I thought maybe even too tough for your average player. You know, like I've been an online competitive player for a lot of my gaming career, so like I and even I was struggling a bit. So I was like, you know, your average player is probably going to struggle a little bit. So they brought the difficulty down because a lot of people did provide feedback that the game was a little bit tough. But then a lot of people felt like they brought the difficulty down too much. It was a little too easy. It went from making your way through a settlement being a perhaps in some people's opinion overly strategic process where death was always lingering around the next corner, to I could just run in and start melee slapping everything and I don't care, and I basically have zero chance of dying, right? It was like one extreme or the other. It was like too hard or too easy. So it seems like they're continuing to sort of like iterate on this and try to find what is the right spot to land. And perhaps one way they are choosing to address this is giving you the option to make the decision on which version you want to play. Do you want to play on the easier version, which is, you know, going to be a little bit more approachable if you're a solo player, especially, I would imagine? Or do you want to take on that additional difficulty, but reap the rewards as well, which is always nice. I hate when games are like higher difficulty, but no rewards for playing on that higher difficulty, right? Like you don't get better drops or higher drop rate or more legendaries or anything. It's just, how much do you want to punish yourself, right? Like that's not as fun. Like you want a carrot to go with the stick, right? So this is offering us both, and they're telling us that right up front, which is great. There's also some news on some new shop arrivals. New cosmetics are coming to the shop if you care about that kind of stuff. Personally, I think the cosmetics they've offered so far have been a little hit or miss. But this is the only way that the game is going to be monetized, according to the developers. They refuse to do pay to win. They only want to do cosmetics. So hopefully they can dial it up and get some really cool cosmetics in there, because I want these guys to make some money. That way they don't have to shut down the game, right? And if you guys want to support the kind of games that only do cosmetics and don't do pay to win, consider buying some stuff if you can afford to do so and supporting the developer, because you know that sends the message out to the rest of the developer world that this kind of stuff can work, right? One thing that's coming out, it says the Teddy Warrior fashion set of epic quality and the Teddy Partner discounted theme pack will be available after the update. This versatile warrior fights, heals, and even carries a chilled backpack full of ice cold drinks. And they include a little screenshot here of what it looks like. So you just basically look like some sort of crazy Five Nights at Freddy's teddy bear looking monstrosity running around out there in the Once Human universe, which I think is it suits the theme, right? Like weird stuff abounds in this world. So I think it works. That's part of the fun. It says Lightforge loot crates are now available. Open the Lightforge loot crate to receive a guaranteed cosmetic, as well as a chance to obtain Lightforge collection cosmetics. You will not receive duplicate Lightforge collection cosmetics. A Lightforge collection cosmetic is guaranteed within 30 openings. Duplicate cosmetics obtained will be converted into tokens that can be used to redeem Lightforge loot crate rewards or Siderite. I'm not entirely sure how this is going to function. Lightforge medals were the medals they gave us for playing in the beta, and was sort of one of the points of contention early on, because you could only acquire the Lightforge medals you got in beta if you played on their launcher, not on Steam. They later added a system for transferring those medals over to your Steam account, but they've, to my knowledge, never really said how Lightforge medals are going to be given out past the beta. It seems like it's going to be some sort of like event currency based on what they've shown so far. So it may be, events they run throughout the seasons. You get these Lightforge medals. You can then spend those medals on these loot crates that will have exclusive limited like cosmetics and stuff like that. If that's the case, that's going to be pretty cool, because that means these are cosmetics you'll be able to acquire without spending any money. These are things you would be able to get just by playing the game. So if that's the case, this will be cool. This will be great for the free-to-play players. And hopefully there's some really cool stuff in there. It says the Pyro Glide vehicle cosmetic, legendary quality, psychedelic skull fashion set, and the primordial flame weapon cosmetic will all be available on August the 16th. Open the Lightforge loot crate for a chance to get these limited edition collectibles. Embrace the eternal flames and soar to freedom. And they include a picture here of a flaming motorcycle, or a flaming gun, which looks pretty darn cool. I would assume this is the cosmetic set as well. So you got this sort of like what's the Ghost Rider kind of thing going on here, right? With the skull and the flaming vehicle and stuff like that. That's pretty cool. There hasn't been a whole lot of vehicle skins available so far, which I've thought was kind of saddening, right? Because you spend a lot of time on your vehicle. It'd be nice to be able to pop that out and have a really cool vehicle. So this will hopefully be your way of doing it. Again, not really sure how you're going to get a bunch of these Lightforge medals yet. If you had some from beta, you probably spent them on the limited cosmetics that were available. I know I did for the I forget the name of the set, but the samurai dragon set that they had available, that pretty much took all your medals. So maybe they're going to do some more events and give out some more of these. We've got some other smattering of events here. Wilderness Express starts on August the 15th. Enjoy racing through the wilderness alone or as a team and earn points for mileage and collisions. Reach the required score to claim rewards, including Starcrom and limited edition Fulfilled Wish Vest cosmetic. So this is another in-game event that's going to be starting up here pretty soon, and it's going to give you the ability to get a cosmetic that's exclusive to it, and also just another way to get some Starcrom, which you always need more Starcrom, right? Unlock more guns, more sets. Secure on Site starts on August the 22nd. During the event, defeat enemies to earn loot crates, which may contain specimen cards. Collect specimen cards and fill out the field guide to earn rewards. So this sounds like it's going to be some sort of event based around like collecting items, and the more you collect, the more rewards you'll get. And then eventually it just says refer to the event screen for detailed rules.